I thought I'd give you I'd start giving you a bit of an overview of the stuff that I've collected in the last few months. This is going to be bloody Patreon only, because the revenue that I get off YouTube is peanuts, absolutely bloody peanuts, and it's really starting to do me head in the amount of time that I spend editing videos for very little benefit, very little benefit. Anyway, these are the bits that I've got for version 4. As you can see, it says Bella something GmbH Germany, so you think it's made in Germany, and then it says they're made in China, but I don't know if that's the box. Anyway, it's a crimping tool with all the dies and everything else that I need. Obviously hydraulic, because that's what I need. It was quite cheap, believe it or not. I think I only paid 30 quid for that. I'm doing this one properly on version 3 and version 2, and I think on version 1. Version 1 I used solder. Version 2, all I did was took the nuts out, split the cable in 2 forks, wrap it around the nut, do the nut back up, job done. This one I'm going to do properly with proper bloody lugs. Now I hope that the biggest one of these is the correct size. I'm still going to have to use solder, which is going to be probably plumbing solder that I'm going to be using. So that'll put the crimp on, and then I'll use solder just to make 100% sure. But hang on, see, these are the biggest one. No, they're not. These are the biggest ones, which are 4 with 3/8. I don't even know what that means. Version 4 is going to be 100% perfect in every way. I'm not skipping anything. I'm not cutting any corners whatsoever. There's nothing that's going to be that'll do. It's going to take me months and months and months to build it, and I don't care if I don't ride it next summer. I don't care if I ride it for 3 or 4 years. It is going to be perfect in every way. So there's the crimp tool, and obviously the lugs. These don't actually cost as much as I thought. I think that was about 15 quid, that was about 35 quid, so you got 50 quid to do things properly, and it ain't going to come apart again. I ain't got to worry about it. I always worry on version 3 about something fraying, popping off. It's just you know what I mean, it's a niggly thought. Anyway, there's that. This is the switch gear that I'm using. Oh, you're joking. They've sent me 2 right hand. They've sent me 2 right-handed ones. No, the left, the right. No, they're right. There's the start. Headlights. Kill switch. Unbelievable. Anyway, I'm not using them. Piece of shit. I'm using this one. I only paid about 15 quid for these, and I thought, well, I'll get a few. This is the one that I wanted, which is the bloody same anyway. There's no, oh, hang on, that's left, so there's, all these feel a lot better. It's got a hazard warning light on it, switch, indicator, horn, and this one's for the right, headlights, kill switch, start. I can use that for the BMS. Can I? No, because that's going to be in the battery. Yes, I can do. Obviously with all the looms and everything else on it. These are the ones that I wanted to put on version 3, but they weren't available at the time. So the ones that I have fitted on version 3, which are known good, which are the ones that are going to go in the bin. Right, that's the switch gear. and that'll be fine, that'll be fine. I've got things like this. This is self what's it Velcro. Basically it just sticks to itself. I don't think I'm going to get this out of the bag because you can't get it back in again. All you do is you unwind it, you put it around cables and it just sticks to itself. So I've got things like that which are always bloody handy to keep cables in check, especially in electronics boxes and stuff like that you might need to take out again. I've got that, which is an indicator flasher. I'm going to do this properly. I'm not messing around with Arduino. These are ready-made, built, potted and everything else. You've got two input, battery positive, you've got battery negative, and that's the output. So that'll be, what you do is you connect those two to the battery, and then you connect those two to the indicator. Or is that left and right? I can't remember what's what now. Anyway, everything's in the bloody, there's a book, a little manual, which is probably in Chinese, and I don't know where it is. They're only, I think, only paid about £8 for that. You know, it's not worth the hassle with the Arduino thing anymore. I'm still going to have to use the Arduino for certain things, but I may be able to use solid state relays. I don't know, I'm not 100% yet. Various mounting pieces. These were on Banggood. These are going to be for the headlight, or no, these are going to be for the indicator. I think I figured out. I've had these for months. I have had them for months. So I've got three. Well, I've got three of them. Anyway, this one is just for things like mirrors, stuff that I need to put on the handlebars. It's literally an aluminium clamp that you put on the bars. It could be for headlights. It might be, I think I may have thought about fitting the headlight with these. Put them on the stanchions or something. Don't know yet. I bought them because they were bloody cheap. And I've got different ones here. 2 bolts, no clamp. Where's the rest of the clamp gone? That's part of it. Oh, it's somewhere. This is the other part of or is that? No, that's that. I've got 2 of those. I've got half of that. Where's the other half? Anyway, there is another bag with little clamps in it, and they're only a few quid a piece. So, you know, every month I was placing an order for bits and pieces. I know I've shown you these. These are the brakes that I was going to use. The Tektro Dorados, I did start stripping them down, and yes, I can fix them. But there's a big box of stuff that I used for version 3 that I've got to get out of my spare room. It's right at the bottom of everything. Loads of stuff piled on top of it. I can't quite do it at the minute because of my leg and my back and everything. Speaking of which, I'm still waiting for my MRI scan. Operation wise, I can't have an operation because they won't give it me because I'm still one of the walking wounded. Because of the risks involved in nerve operations, if you've got nothing to lose, they'll operate on it. If you have got things to lose, like I have, they won't do it unless I say do it. I ain't prepared to do that. If I have to live in pain with pain management for the rest of my life, so bloody be it. I don't mind. I'm not risking losing my legs. It's not worth the risk. Anyway, brakes, yes, Tektro Dorados, it's going to be. These are a backup. The pièce de résistance. This cost a bloody fortune. There's loads of different types of these Acewell speedos. I chose a classic style. I was going to get a modern one, but I chose a classic one purely because of the functions on it. And I suppose the readability as well. How the hell did you get in this? Why do they make these? How do I get in there? No. Like that. Literally, that's it. It's a very easy to read. That bezel there is screwed onto the cardboard, so I can't really take it off. The reason, or a few reasons, that I've had to have this is because, I don't know if you can actually see, but it's got telltales on it. So I can just have a very simple speedo with a very simple readout on it, and it's in miles an hour. It took me a long time to find it. It is waterproof, so all I need to do is mount these two on a mount, which, there's the mount. It also comes with a speed sensor, which is I think it's a Hall sense. It might be a magnetic pulse, I don't know. So it's got absolutely everything, but it cost me 200 quid. When I said buy, this was one of those things that I hovered over the pay now button for God knows how long, thinking, is it worth the price? But because it's got absolutely everything that I need as a bare essential, because everything's got to be obviously weight saved, necessity, and everything is a necessity in this, apart from obviously oil level warning. So that's that. Like I've said previously, this version has got to be built on with everything weight saving in mind. So everything is a necessity. I'm not going to have any bells and whistles and God knows what. The only things that I am actually going to add are things that are removable. So the bike frame and the motor and everything else is completely separate. This has got to go on the bike frame. It's got to be permanently fixed. So it is a necessity that it's the weight saving is at a bare minimum. With things like, these are the displays that I got, or one of the displays. Where's my other one? Hang on. This is one that I was working on. What they are is like memory paper and an LCD built into one. There's no backlight. I don't need it. This is going to sit on the bike permanently. Hopefully what I can do is have all the cell voltages and the total voltage, date, time and blah blah blah, so I can just look at the battery and immediately I can see if any cells are out of balance. Literally it's just going to sit on the bike on all the time, because the amount of current that it draws is virtually nil. What we've got on here is a teensy 4.1, a battery backup, and that's a temperature and humidity sensor. That's literally it at the minute. But this is going to sit in the bike. Hopefully it comes on. There you go. It's not the right time, but it is keeping time. That's the temperature, that's the air pressure, that's the humidity. I think, if I put my hand on there. I think it only updates every second. No. Every minute. But I don't know if you can see, at any viewing angle, these things are crystal clear. It's just, they are absolutely fantastically clear. By far the best screen I've ever seen, and I'm a poet and didn't know it. And it stopped. Oh, my power bank's gone off. The problem with these are they use so little power, right? This power bank can't even detect the current, so it automatically switches off. They're ridiculous amount. We're talking microamps to actually power that. This thing is currently on on low power sleep sort of cycle. That uses around about, was it 25 milliamps or something like that? That uses microamps. Anyway, And that's gone off again, look. It stopped the power and that's just remained on. Is that going off now? If I unplug the power on that, you can see with nothing plugged into it how long it takes to fade. So they are absolutely fantastic pieces of kit, they are. That's it at the minute. I have got other things that I have got planned, but it's going to be very, very careful consideration for weight saving and absolutely everything. This one is going to be perfect, and I don't care how long it takes to build it. If you're bored, have a look at Milliard Bikes. He built a V10 Viper motorbike with a V10 8-litre V10 motorbike engine in it. The attention to detail on that thing is absolutely phenomenal, and it took him a long time to build it. Ultimately, that's what I want, perfection. With things like the battery's going to have literally 2 BMSs. It's going to have the amp BMS, obviously for the power delivery, and it's also going to have the active balancer, which I've got somewhere, which is a 24, I think it's 24S, which is the highest I can go. I can't get any more, that'll be enough. So it's going to have 2 BMSs. Number one, I'm not going to lose any power, rather than doing on the amp BMS. What it does when it balances the cells, it will drag them all down to the lowest voltage cell. With an active balancer, it transfers the power between the cells, so you don't lose any power. These are all the things that I've considered. I've learnt a lot from version 1, 2 and 3. Version 4 is going to have everything combined into one machine. It's going to take a long time, like I say, and I don't care. I really do not care how long it takes, but I will have perfection.